Hello. So this is my independent accent, and I chose to do the Scottish dialect for mine. So some of the signature sounds that I came across is going to be the tapped R or trilled R. It does vary depending on the context that it's used in, but from what I've read, the tapped R is used more than a trilled R. We also have, this is a very bad rendition, but we've got this little sign here. It's actually a velarized L. My Sharpie decided to bleed a little bit on me when I was writing it. But there it is right there. And it's just a darker L sound. So it's a lot more of a "oh," like a sleep. This one also has a little bit of a glottal stop. It's the glottal stop right there. Like in kettle. There's no T there. Another sound that I found to be very common was the, I know I marked it. Here it is. So we've got this one right here. The light will pick it up. That Y there. So it's actually pronounced as like a ew. So like choose, two, that kind of sound. And this one is not in my IPA book, but there's this one here. It's just a basic U. Whereas in standard English, it's gonna be this one right here, that little horseshoe shape. So it's pronounced more of a book. It's a slight difference. As for the oral posture of the Scottish dialect, it's very, the jaw is very loose, and the tongue is at the back of the throat, and the lips are very rounded. So you have a lot of ooh sounds. So it's very, very back in your mouth. As for the musicality, it's very, very guttural. It's strong and glottal. And when emotion is expressed, volume is used. Whereas in RP, you have pitch changes. Volume is used whenever a Scottish dialect is used. So my inspirational images. So I have this one right here. It's a little pug, and it says, "My head's mince." So that is actually some Scottish slang, which means my head's a little bit mixed up. And we've got this one here of Rumpelstiltskin from Once Upon a Time. And it says, "Love is free, but all magic comes with a price." I use Rumpelstiltskin because this actor is actually a Scottish actor. I know his name, but his name just eludes me at the moment. I also have this one right here. So spoon. This is the March Hare from the Alice in Wonderland movie. He's my favorite character in the movie. He's also my favorite character in the old cartoon too, but in the movie he does have a bit of a Scottish accent, especially when he says things like spoon and "you're late for your soup." He's my favorite, if you can't tell. We also have this one, which I find very humorous. This is kilt. It's what happened to the last person who called it a skirt. And last but not least, we have one of my favorites that I found, and this is from the movie Brave. And this is Merida's dad, and he's mimicking Merida, saying, "I don't want to get married. I want to stay single and let my hair flow on the wind as I ride through the glen." I love this movie, and whenever I think of a Scottish accent, I can't help but think of it. simply because it's just a great movie. I also have some other Scottish slang here that I found. They use words like wee, meaning small, like a wee boy. And speak of the devil. According to what I found, that's actually a Scottish phrase, which means usually you have been talking about someone and you see that person. Same thing we use it for. And what's for ye'll no go by ye, which means is what's meant to happen will happen. What's for ye, what's for ye'll no go by ye. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but all right. As for my monologue, I did have some difficulty choosing one this time. And I didn't really want to go with Shakespeare, but I chose a Shakespeare play this time. Hopefully that's not a mistake. I actually chose a scene from A Midsummer Night's Dream. This is Helena. And in this scene, it is, I believe it's Act 2, Scene 2. This is where she is lamenting over how Demetrius loves Hermia and not her. But before I go over that, I will do my key sentence, just to get me into the voice. Charlie read a book about two men in England with great news. Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes were oftener washed than hers. No, no, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though, Demetrius, do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's sphery eyne? But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.